What's up? My name is Jesse Kale. I'm the co-founder of Secret Midnight Press and the World of Atlas Black Music and Poetry Festival out of Columbus, Ohio in the Midwest. So we started Atlas Black last year as sort of a showcase for music and poetry and different art installations and to just give people a place where they can essentially just be themselves and just feel safe and feel free. We encourage people to dress up and take on the role of a character in this world of Atlas Black. So to put into context the story of Atlas Black, come with me for a second. In Greek mythology, Atlas is condemned to hold the heavens on his shoulders for all of eternity. And in our world, Atlas casts a giant shadow on the ground where it's always nighttime. It's like a permanent darkness. And all these artists from around, they all hear about this permanent darkness and they're like, ooh, I'm inspired by the nighttime. So these artists from around the world, they all find out about this place where it's always nighttime, and they all move together and they move to live in the shadow of Atlas, and they start to just become these maniacal characters, creating all these different art forms and statues and painting and music and poetry and books and everything. That's what we created. We created this world that once a year opens up and people can come and be a part of this world of Atlas Black. We have people showcasing their art, showcasing their poetry, showcasing their music, all through the filter and the idea that they exist in this world of Atlas Black. I'm really excited about Atlas Black coming up on August 12th in Columbus. It's at Scully's. Tickets are available on the Scully's website. I'm going to be performing some new poetry. My business partner and one of my best friends, Ashley, she's going to be performing some new poetry. We've got Lee Martins coming from all the way from the Netherlands to come and read some poetry. We've got Rusty Clanton from Nashville coming to perform some music. We've got, face painters. We've got a little candle shop. Just imagine like a gothic carnival, and like snake oil salesmen and jugglers and fire breathers and stilt walkers and that kind of thing. If you are a poet or a creative, or you have a wild imagination, or you're an insomniac or some kind of bohemian or whatever, come and be a part of it. Come and have fun. Come make some friends. Come make some memories. I'll see you in the world of Atlas Black.
I remember the night that Secret Midnight Press first dropped. I was watching the countdown go down on a Skype call with like 20 internet friends. And I remember in that moment when it went live and everyone started freaking out and everyone was so excited, I remember thinking, this is going to be a significant thing in my life. After a while, it was time for Atlas Black, and I got to meet up with all of those incredible people that I had gotten to know through this poetry and through music and art. It was the best night of my life so far. I've dealt with severe anxiety and agoraphobia my entire life. To be able to stand in a room full of people and listen to poetry and feel so completely at home and understood. It was like someone turned a key in my heart, and I felt like, I was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like.
Secret Midnight Press has created such a safe place for a bunch of people to come together and to just be vulnerable and to be honest and to just love each other no matter what they're feeling. And I went through a really tough time the past few years of my life, but I almost killed myself before one of the shows I went to, and then I went to it and I got to have some really deep conversations, and I got to give a few people some really deep letters, and just knowing that there's people there who love and support me no matter what's going on inside my crazy head is just a really awesome feeling. And I'm just really thankful for Secret Midnight Press and for Jesse and Ashley for creating this whole hideaway, this little secret world that we get to be a part of. And I just hope that Atlas Black continues to grow more and more each year.
Atlas Black is where you're in a room full of imperfect people. Nobody's perfect, and everyone in that room embraces that and loves you even more for that specific reason.
My favorite part of the show was probably when they brought the fans on the stage to read their poetry that they've written. They're so encouraging and inspiring to these people, And poetry is like a personal thing, so reading that aloud on stage is kind of scary, but also that was like super inspiring.
Stepping into Atlas Black really is entering another world. For me, it was a beautiful world where the safety of the atmosphere gave me permission to be raw and honest and actually feel for a night. Everyone around you is there because they want to foster that kind of atmosphere. Self-expression is encouraged, whether that be through dressing up and putting together an elaborate costume or through coming barefaced and vulnerable. This loving atmosphere allows the art shared throughout the night, whether that be poetry or music or film, to fly straight to your heart. When Jessie reads Live, or when Ashley reads Never Get Comfortable with Mental Illness, it's heart-wrenchingly beautiful to be surrounded by a family of those who understand the intimacy and the pain in those words. For me, it was a cathartic night where I definitely cried a lot, but I was closely supported by a community of people who are Secret Midnight feelers like me. If you love art, if you love poetry, if you love sharing your heart, come join us at the World of Atlas Black.